New Moon Affirmation. I am compassionate toward myself as well as others. I reflect on my past and allow for forgiveness to fill me. I release the pain and allow for love to fill me. I reclaim my power and embrace a new beginning. By Christina Mitchell. Hi, welcome to Life is a Treasure podcast. I'm your hostess, Michelle Durand, and this is episode number 30, New Moon in May of 2020. As the new moon is approaching us on May 22nd and 23rd, depending on where you are in the world, I thought it would be a good time to pull a tarot card and to just share some thoughts that were on my mind as we are hopefully restarting society back up again after this current pandemic that we've been in. And the card that I chose, so when I choose a card, I don't just pick one. I literally pray and ask to be guided to the card that would speak to us during our time together right now. And the card that showed up out of the deck, the Moonchild Tarot by Danielle Noel, I love this beautiful deck of cards, is interestingly Death. And I'd like to read to you what it says from her book that talks about this card. It says, Death, the ultimate dance with life, a cyclical path which has no beginning and no true end. This restorative force is woven throughout the very cells of our bodies, in the sparks of supernova that birth and forge new stars, and in the seeds of our thoughts. For energy cannot be created or destroyed, only changed from one form to another. This card represents transformation, birth, metamorphosis, and transition. What is coming to an end in order to begin? What is shedding, breaking, shifting, rising? This powerful card shares a profound initiation into an entirely new state of consciousness when major shifts begin to stir within your heart or soul. When you hit rock bottom, end a relationship, decide to quit your job, or want a fresh start. This reevaluation of old patterns or beliefs may force you to eliminate the distractions you have been experiencing thus far. As the old paradigms dissolve into the background, new spaces within and around you begin to unfold. These raw turning points often mark the deepest pathways which emerge from the depths of our spirit, allowing our priorities to become crystal clear once everything else has been stripped away. How have you grown? And what would you like to cultivate next? Where would you like to go from here? Wow. When I pulled this card from the deck, well, it popped out and I saw the word death. I thought, I don't know. But then as I read what it means from Danielle's description, it just spoke to my heart. And I knew that it was just so profound and so timely for this situation that we find ourselves in right now. So as you all know, we've been in a worldwide pandemic and things are finally starting to calm down a little bit, hopefully. Some places are starting to open up again with a soft, slow opening. We don't know what the future is going to bring. We don't know if there's going to be like relapse and rise. All we can do right now is take one day at a time. And I feel and I believe with my whole mind, body, and soul that this pandemic, as awful as it is, allowed us to slow down. It caused us to stop going, and to just reflect on what is important in our life. Who is important in our life? We realize how much we miss them. we realize how much we need connection and community. And I find that this new moon brings a perfect opportunity at the end of the month, May 22nd, 23rd, depending on where you are in the world, to reflect on this time that we've been given by the universe. Everything is in his control, and the control, we can't control what's happening. We try and we do the best that we can with what we have, but ultimately things are out of our control, such as this virus. But it's good to sit back and to really look back and reflect and realize what's important and what's not, and learn to let go of the things that were just taking place that were busy things. Because when we stay busy, we don't have time to sit with our thoughts, and we don't allow ourselves to feel our feelings. And we don't allow ourselves to deal with the things that have been haunting us in order to heal. And I'm a strong believer that you need to deal to heal. So what are some areas in your life that have been just coming up, that have nagging at you, that want attention, that want to be healed? Now, as this new moon comes up, take a look and see, what is it that I want to refocus on? This is an opportunity for fresh start. But in order to take advantage of opportunities, we need to have an open mind and an open heart. Because in order for you to create change in your life, first, the change has to start in your mind. Your mindset controls everything you do. Your thoughts control your words control your feelings control your actions, your behaviors, and your decisions. They're all interconnected. And this podcast, Life is a Treasure podcast, is all about that, because I work with women who are healing from past experiences, whether that would be abortion, abuse, divorce, narcissistic relationships, any type of pain that they find themselves stuck in. I help them move forward, deal with their feelings, learn how to cope in healthy ways that are not destructive to themselves and others. And with Life is a Treasure podcast, this is an extension of that. But my core values are still, you need to deal to heal, and your tears can be transformed into treasures again. And so I'd like to just take this opportunity at the new moon to ask you to reflect on your past. What areas do you need healing? And if you need help with that, reach out to me or someone else and find support, find community. Don't just sit alone with yourself. There's no need for that. You're not going to burden someone else, okay? You're not going to bring them down. People are wired to help others. And there are people out there who want to hear what is happening with you, who care, who want to connect with you, who've been through similar experiences. And if you've been through an abortion, I have a Facebook group called Tears to Treasures, and I'd invite you to find it and answer the few questions. It's a private group, and join, or go to Life is a Treasure podcast Facebook group. I'm also on Instagram. Reach out to me. I have a website, tearstotreasures.com, lifeisatreasure.com. I would love to help you find the support that you need to move forward, to start a new, fresh start, to reflect, reevaluate, refocus, set new intentions for your life and for yourself. You know, we might be all experiencing this quarantine hangover, and it's going to look different for everyone. This whole world is going to be a different place now that we've experienced this worldwide pandemic. And it's not about blame, and it's not about pointing fingers. It's about learning how to deal with what we have in front of us. Be grateful every single day for everything that you have. Because as we saw, it can all be taken away in a second. Life is fragile. Life is not always predictable. Life is not always a treasure. Life in the nature and natural world has seasons. We have spring, as we're in now. Then we have summer, which can be hot, which can be like a drought, dry. Then we come into fall, where we see the leaves change colors, and then they start to fall off and they shed to get ready for winter. And winter seems kind of dark and dreary sometimes, and yet white with snow. And then comes spring again. And that can be our lives. I know in my own life, I have a timeline on my website, lifeisatreasure.com, and I invite you to go see there. I kind of show the timeline. I do timelines with my clients to help them see major events in their life and major areas where they were really low. And it's like we go through seasons for a reason. And this is a time which is kind of like a winter, yet we're in a spring. And it is conflicting to so many people. And I see and I hear so many people saying, I'm so overwhelmed and I'm so scared and I'm so confused. And those are all legitimate feelings. We're experiencing something that we've never experienced before in our lifetime. And it's hard as we watch our children have to wear a mask. And I literally think I've never imagined I'd be living during something like this. But yet there's always opportunities in the obstacles. It's all about our mind, how we choose to look at things, what stories do we tell ourselves? What thoughts are we thinking? I invite you to use this energy of the new moon to do that, to reflect, to refocus, to set new intentions, new goals, new healthy ways of coping with the way that things are, and have an open mind and open heart so that you can take advantage of opportunities. But most importantly, be grateful for what you have, for who you have, and enjoy those right in front of your face. And if you can't see them face to face or personally, use the internet as a tool to connect and to find community, because that's what's going to fill your soul. I want to say that May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. And we're going to have Mental Health Awareness Week on May 18th through the 24th. And my next episode, 31, I'm going to be sharing a lot about mental health. And I invite you to subscribe so that you don't miss this episode. It's going to be very, very thought-provoking, helpful, inspiring. The importance of our mental health right now is the utmost important. That should be your number one self-care priority, is your mind and your mental health. It is for me. I'm going to be sharing some tips on there and some suggestions along with some of my personal stories. I just still going through major anxiety right before this happened. And it's been a challenge to manage my mental health through this pandemic and not feeling alone and getting depressed. And so I invite you to stay tuned, subscribe, if you'd like to hear more about mental health awareness next week. I just want to close this episode with some thoughts that whatever you're going through right now, it's only a season. You're going to pass through this and you're going to see the rainbow on the other end. Don't give up hope. Don't feel like you're alone, because you're not. Don't believe the negative stories that you're telling yourself in your mind. Choose to focus on the positive. Choose to reach out for help without shame, without guilt, without feeling a burden, because you're not. You are worth connection, community, and you are worth healing. So whatever you're going through, my friend, I am here. I see you, I hear you, and I feel you, and I'm here for you. Offer yourself compassion. Offer yourself forgiveness. Reclaim your power and embrace your new beginning. And I will see you next week. Until then, peace, love, and joy.